Hey, what's good, y'all? What's good, good people? It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It's Tuesday, March 21st, and it is 4:09 in the a.m. Now, I'm into the heavy hitter phase of my devotional reading, and I'm with my dude Oswald Chambers right now. And I call Oswald my dude because I've read my utmost for his highest every day for a little over 3 years. And every day I get something different out of it. Today, first of all, I want to say today most of the devotionals were focused on Paul and just his pain and commitment to service and his commitment to preaching. Amen. And Paul has been through some things. And Paul has some serious health issues. But, like the old saints, the sick and shut-ins, the people who paved the way for us, their level of dedication and commitment and connection to the home church and the fellowship is something to be respected and admired. Paul has been through, I'm serious, a lot. He discussed being beaten. He discussed imprisonment. He discusses his health issues. Now keep in mind, Paul was a learned man, and at one point he was a tormentor and persecutor of the Jews. So, God changed her heart, and Paul changed, or his nature was changed. His thought processes were changed. And all because he put his, learnedness, his high standing aside, and actually listened with intent for action. I'm sure he showed up to rallies, to condemned, and in turn was convicted and transformed. Amen. If you've been listening to me, it is impossible to be in the presence of God and remain the same. Paul is case in point. Let me read what Oswald Chambers wrote, and I want you to ask yourselves, do I line up? It says, the inescapable spiritual need each of us has is the need to sign the death certificate of our sin nature. Are you ready to separate yourself from that nature? And by separating yourself or signing the death certificate, as this writer speaks, make a serious commitment to follow Christ. It says, I must take my emotional opinions and intellectual beliefs and be willing to turn them be willing to turn them into a moral verdict against the nature of sin. That is, against any claim I have to the right to myself. Acknowledging that I know I have no authority over my life other than, I can operate in self-will or free will. I do have a choice, but my choice is to commit to Christ. And, to put it even more intense, my choice is to enslave myself to Christ. A slave for righteousness, a slave for justice, a slave for fair play, a slave for equality. You know, people today have vilified the word woke. And woke is nothing other than having a heightened sense of consciousness and a heightened sense of conscience. You know, I feel conviction about what is transpiring. You know, I have a responsibility, a moral obligation to right this injustice. You know, it's funny, the people who have vilified the word woke are the same people who embrace and will defend the word Christianity. Let that sink in. Paul says, I have been crucified with Christ. He did not say, I have made a determination to imitate Jesus Christ, or I will really make an effort to follow him, but I have identified with him unto his death. And the death of your sin nature. Christ knew no sin. Can you shut off, your self-will? The I want when I want it addict brain that just seeks to be fed nonstop. Can you deny yourself that in order to follow Christ? Think about that, y'all. I'm not even going to finish the full reading because that first opening statement is more than enough.